Hello, my awesome mathematicians. I am super excited today about what we're going to be looking at. We're going to be looking at how to find the percent and the whole. And we're going to do it with our hands-on lab 6A that's found on page 407 in your math book. Now, in preparation for this, you might want to grab some colored pencils, or you might want to have some, colored pencils or crayons, whichever you have would be great. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the top. It says, how can you model finding the percent and finding the whole? So this first problem is tens of the wrestlers on Edison Middle School's wrestling team are in 6th grade. This is 33 1/3% of the total number of wrestlers on the team. How many students are on the wrestling team? Something I've not mentioned to you yet this year is that when you're looking at word problems, you need to read them more than once. You know, the first time you read it, you might just find out what the topic is. The second time you read it, you might pick up some more details. And so it's really, really important that you read that multiple times. And so what do we know? We know that there are 10 wrestlers, okay? We know there are 10 wrestlers in the 6th grade. Oh, yes, the 6th grade, okay. So speaking of 6th grade, I have on one of my 6th grade t-shirts. I'm sure at some point this year we will be creating those and ordering those. So that's something to look forward to. We also know in this problem that 10 wrestlers is 33 1/3% of the team. Okay, so that's something else we know. Oh, sorry. Changed my light. Let's see if I can get it back. There we go. So this is 33 1/3% of the team. Okay, now they're asking, what do you need to find? Well, we know that 10 of the wrestlers are in 6th grade. We know that that's 33 1/3% of the team. We need to find how many students, how many wrestlers are on the team. I want to remind you that when you're watching these videos, if you need to pause it so that you can write everything down, you know, if you want to watch it and then go back and rewatch it and take your notes, that's the awesome thing about having this video is that you can do that. Okay, so here we go. We're going to work through this problem. So it says 10 is 33 1/3% of what number? So they're telling us that the part is 10. Okay, and if you remember yesterday, I mentioned this that you would find helpful. Part over whole equals percent over 100. Okay, so it says the percent is 33 1/3%. We need to find the whole. And they're saying that you can use your models that are found on page MM5. In the back of your book, you've got on page MM5, you have got some math resources that are awesome for you to use. And so I'm going to get mine and pull it out and show you what it looks like. And this is MM5. Okay. Okay, so MM5 looks like this. Isn't this a handy dandy little resource? Okay, So what it says that it wants you to do is model 33 1/3% by dividing the number line into how many parts. Okay, so for right now, we're going to look at this. We'll come to this MM5 paper in a second, okay? So if we've, oh, shoot, sorry. If we have 33 1/3%, do you realize that 33 1/3% is 1/3? And I'm going to show you something. If you take 33 1/3, 33 1/3, 33 1/3, and you add that up, 1, 2, 3, that's 3/3. 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9, and that gives you 100. Okay, so 33 1/3% is 1/3. Okay, so that tells us, that denominator tells us how many parts we need to divide our line or our bar graph or our strip diagram, whatever we're using, how many parts we need to divide it into. So we would need to divide it into 3 parts. Okay, because 100 divided by 3 is 33 1/3. So it says label the benchmark percent of 33 1/3 and its multiple. So that means we're going to put 33 1/3%. And so this next one would be 66 2/3%. Okay. And then it says write 10 at the 33 1/3% mark. Okay. So that's going to be 10. And it says add blank at each mark to find the whole. So how much are we going to add here? We're going to add 10 more, right? Because this is saying that one part is 10. So that means that that would be 20 and this would be 30. So the number at the 100% mark is 30. Oh, sorry. Okay, so 10 is 33 1/3% of our whole, which was 30. So that means there are 30 students on the wrestling team. Wasn't that easy? Okay, I just love that. Okay, let's go to the back. Let's go to the back, the next page. Page 408. Okay. This one is talking about Mr. Kelly's homeroom. So Mr. Kelly's homeroom collected 30 pounds of canned goods for a food drive. They collected 9 pounds of canned fruit. What percent of the canned goods are canned fruit? So another one of the strategies that I want to talk to you about is when you're doing problem solving, first identify what is the problem about? What's the topic? You could say canned fruit. You could say, yeah, it's really about canned goods. You could say canned goods or canned fruit, right? Either one. I'll just put canned goods. Okay. Then we want to look at what do we know? Okay. What do we know? Well, we know that the homeroom collected 30 pounds of canned goods, right? What else do we know? Oh, we also know they collected 9 pounds of canned fruit. Okay, and what are they wanting us, what's the question that they want us to answer? What percent is the canned fruit? Okay, so this is our topic. This is what we know from the problem. Oh, whoops, sorry. And and this is the question they want us to answer. So anytime you do a word problem, I know in the past you've probably done Rubies, you might have done UPS check. These are all problem solving strategies for word problems. But I've found in the past that students, they really kind of find this to be easy. If you can read the problem and understand what the topic is, just what it's about in 1 or 2 words. No numbers, just 1 or 2 words. And then go through the problem and identify, what do I know? And then look at the problem and figure out, what's the question they're wanting me to answer. This I promise you, this will help you so much. So now let's work through this problem. So it says the part, they've told us that the part is 9 and the whole is 30, and we need to find the percent. So it says use the greatest common factor, the GCF, to find each interval for a bar graph that can be found on MM9. And that's the page that my second class we looked at yesterday. So on page MM9, you have bar graphs, and I used the top part yesterday. So you've got some bar graphs that look kind of like this, okay? So you can definitely use those to help you with this, or we can just go through and use this. So it says that you've got to find the greatest common factor of 9 and 30, okay? So I'm not sure if you did this last year, but you might have, especially if you had Miss KJ, she might have done this when she was talking, when she was talking about factors and multiples. And so if you're looking at factors of 9 and 30, I'm going to put 30 here, and I'm going to put 9 here. And so factors of 9, you could have 1 and 9. 3 times 3. I don't know any other factors of 9. 30, you would have 1 and 30, 2 and 15, 3 and 10, 5 and 6. Okay. Did I miss any? I think that's all. And then your greatest common factor, the largest number that they both have in common, would be what? I see a 3 and and 3. Okay, so the greatest common factor would be 3. And then it says, since 30 divided by 3 equals 10, draw a bar diagram with 10 sections. Label each section a multiple of 3. Okay, so we're going to have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27. Now, it says since 100 divided by 10 would give you 10, the benchmark percent is 10%. You're going to label the bar diagram with multiples of 10%. Okay, so we're going to have 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%, trying to write small, 50%, 60, 70, 80, and 90. Okay. So it says shade the bar diagram to show the part which was 9. Remember? We had 9 pounds of canned fruit. And so then if we're going to have 9, we would need to shade, see here's 3, 6, 9. So we're going to need to shade 3 of those parts, right? Because that would be 9, and that would be what percent? It would be 30%, right? So the corresponding percent's 30%. So 9 is 30% of 30. I love it. Love it. Now let's go to the next page. So on page 409, this is your assignment for today. And you're going to, it says work with a partner. If we were at school, we would be working with the partner. And so you're going to do just like we did on those examples, where on these 4, you're going to use a number line, and these 4, you're going to use the bar graph. And, you know, you need to identify what's the part, what's the whole. How about I put that at the top? Identify part, whole, and percent to help you get started, okay? Okay, well, I hope this is helpful for you guys and was easy to understand. So you have this in your, you're gonna have this in your module. You're also gonna need to put in your answers from last night's homework in your quiz. And you've got, I'm kind of excited, but you've got a Kahoot that I made for you. And so I hope you have fun doing that Kahoot. And that Kahoot will help you be ready for maybe a quiz that we might be having soon. So anyway, I hope you enjoy this. I hope this is helpful for you. And see you later.